Welcome to the Stone Carving and Lettering Takeaway. I'm Charlotte Howarth. I'm a letter carver.
And I'm Nina Bilby. I'm a stone carver.
Well, you're not just a stone carver, though, are you, Nina?
Well, yes. At the minute, I'm a cat whisperer at the minute because my cat wants to walk across the keys.
That's Gordon for all of our listeners making his
Yes,
first
you might have seen him
on
on socials. Yeah, you might have seen him on socials. Here we are again. We're here to talk specifically about a course and an event we're running in September, aren't we?
It's our summer school.
Our summer school. It's been coined a retreat. It has a retreat element to it, I believe, but we like to just call it our intensive carving experience, don't we?
Yeah. And it is the third one that we're running. We ran one 2 years ago, and this one is from September the 2nd to the 5th. It's a 3-day, 3-night carving school. It's set in a fabulous location. It's set in Bradmoor Woods in Norfolk. Again, we'll put all the links to these things in the show notes so you can go and have a look. It's an off-grid private campsite that we take over in the middle of a rewilding area in Norfolk. It's all safe and fenced in. There's nothing to be worrying about. And we run an off-grid carving school, and people have loved it.
I mean, the feedback from it has been brilliant. I think it's a very unique course. I don't think there's another one running in the UK quite like it. I want to dampen any concerns people would have about the off-grid nature. So the organisers have built absolutely stunning glamping accommodation with real beds, real sheets,
hot
water, running water, flushing toilets. There's no hummus toilet stuff going on. It's basically just a very, very posh campsite with loads and loads of beautiful accommodation, plus beautiful kitchen, an oak framed kitchen space and a fully fitted catering kitchen and gorgeous kind of meeting areas, aren't there? So just go online, have a look at Bradmoor Woods, because you can rent it as an individual if you chose to. And for those people who like music, maybe you've already visited and gone to Folk in the Field, which is quite a big music festival every now and again, isn't it? So, and they use the same site. So there's lots of images out there online about so anyway, we're now taking bookings, and we just wanted to talk about what you get for your money. Basically, all food is provided, 3 meals a day, plus fantastic snacks like cakes and biscuits and cakes.
It's almost worth going for the food.
I know, actually, I'd be tempted to go just for the food. It's so lovely, isn't it? The other thing to tell you is that all tools are provided. So if you've got no experience, there's no investment in tools needed before you come. Everything, tools, stone, and all equipment is provided. All you need to bring is a little bit of PPE.
We actually have PPE.
I was going to say, we provide the goggles and masks if you'd like them. Only thing you need to bring is a stout pair of boots, isn't it? Which you probably would do anyway if you were working in a campsite environment. So how does the week go, Charlotte? How do we structure it teaching-wise?
Well, everybody arrives on the Monday afternoon, evening, and we settle in, get to meet everybody. We get our first delicious evening meal. The food is done by Charlotte Chapman. She does all the catering. It's all vegetarian and it's absolutely brilliant.
Talk me through the theory of why we chose Charlotte and why it's vegetarian.
Well, I've known Charlotte for many years, and she has been working with food and catering for almost all our adult lives. She's a trained vegetarian chef. She's run cafes. She's done all sorts of food, but she does absolutely delicious. We had one couple who came one year, and they said to me that they didn't think they liked vegetarian food. And after the experience of eating Charlotte's food, they said they were going to start eating way more vegetarian because they couldn't believe how delicious it was.
Oh, that's lovely, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think for us, obviously, a lot of people have dietary requirements, and actually having a flat vegetarian menu means that a larger share of the people in the audience can eat the food and
can meet dietary GF requirements or all of
Exactly.
that can be met
We're
with.
very aware of and very conscious of all of that, aren't we? Where we get our
Yeah.
sustain our food from.
So you arrive the first
Yes.
evening,
Yes.
settle into your accommodation, whether that's pitching your tent or setting your camper van up or moving into one of the comfortable glamping pods, having a look around the site, checking everything out. And if the weather's suitable, we can light the fire. And we can all sit around the fire having drinks and chit chat. And then in the morning, we then get up. It's a help yourself breakfast. And then we start carving at 9. It's what is it they say? Oh, when you go fishing, you watch those fishing programs, and
No.
if a fish bites the line, they go, "Fish on." You heard that?
No, I haven't.
River, is it river monsters or something? Fish on,
Okay.
the guy
Fish
goes. So
on.
it's like
So it's
tools
like
on,
tools on. Ring a bell. Tools on.
tools on.
And from the outside, I always think it looks like the Great British Bake Off because it's this beautiful tent. It's got
It does look a bit like the Great.
bunting. Yeah, you expect Paul Hollywood, whatever his name is.
Who would I be?
Who would you? Mary Berry? No. Oh, you'd be the woman in the lovely bright glasses going, oh, bless you. The one who likes a double entendre. It is you, actually. I've never thought about that. Oh, my God.
So anyway, carving, all instruction, whatever your skill level, we will either introduce you.
An intensive library of information and images, don't we?
We'll introduce you to beginnings if you've never carved before, but if you want to push your practice further and are looking for very specific professional advice, we will push you further in your chosen area, but in a really nice, fun and positive learning environment where there's no worrying about failure or anything like that.
Absolutely.
So then we have 3 days of carving, and then we have delicious lunch and then evening meals, and then for the first 2 nights, we have lectures in the evening. You're going to give a talk about, you can tell us what you're going to be doing one evening.
Well, they're more like, mine will be a demo. None of it is compulsory. So if you're absolutely shattered and you want to just go and lay down before dinner or after dinner, that's your prerogative, or go for a lovely walk or go for a swim in the river. That's all up to you. But on one of the evenings, I shall be doing a kind of introduction to copying techniques for people who are interested. So I'll be covering pointing machines, calipers, proportional calipers, and I'll bring something that I'm working on so you can see how I'm using it. And we'll talk about when these kind of techniques are useful for practice. So very pertinent for those people who are experienced, but also quite interesting for those people who might be interested in carving in just a historic sense, actually. So you can look at all these master techniques that previous sculptors have used. And then on the second night, we're having a professional talk by somebody about their practice and the work they're doing, their career, and talking about how you could get to do this for a living. I think that's the idea, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, yeah, they're the 2 lectures, I think.
None of them are compulsory.
No, and it's nice. But it's not like we're going to be in the lovely, beautiful eating area, and we'll have a fire in the pizza oven if we need it, and also we'll have a glass of wine.
Yeah.
So, we'll be having a glass of something that chills you out even more. And then we'll wake you up and say time for bed when you're softly snoring.
So the idea of the 3 days is that you can come away with something finished as much as possible within the 3 days. And then on the last day, on the Thursday, it's sort of finishing off, and then we do a tiny little prize giving before we finish the course at 4:30, 5 o'clock, and then it's time for everybody to pack up and say their goodbyes.
Yes. And we just want to talk very briefly about getting there, because it is in the middle of nowhere, isn't it? But there is a train station not too far away, which is King's Lynn.
That's on the main line from King's Cross in London.
So very easy to get
40 minutes, 45 minutes.
Something like that. But there's also connections from Peterborough and Ely and York and all those places go down to, a couple of connections to get to. So if you're coming from Sheffield or Manchester, what have you, it's not too
Change at Ely, I think.
yeah,
yeah.
It's not too arduous
Or
to get there.
Peterborough sometimes.
All right, okay, that's fine. That's fine. Fact. So once you get there, so the other thing, of course, is you have to get to site. So we can help you organise how you get to site, especially if there's several of you arriving at the same time. We can arrange taxis, and the same thing on the way home. We can help arrange getting you to the train station on the way home. So don't be anxious about that. Just talk to us and we'll sort it out for you.
Yeah, we just need to know who's coming, when, and get the numbers, and then we can
book it all for them.
We can make it as efficient as possible so everybody can share and make it as easy as possible. We're happy to help organise all of that.
I think for me, when I go somewhere, actually, the main thing that gives me anxiety is the travel, making sure I can get there if I don't drive, if I'm not driving. So please don't be worried about that. We can definitely put your mind at ease, make it really easy.
Yeah.
Apart from really looking forward to it and already buying sun cream, because I know it's going to be nice and sunny.
Yeah.
I know it.
It is a fantastic location.
Yeah.
And it's a fantastic course. You know, we forget it's about stone carving. That's why people come, because we talk about the food and the location. But actually,
that's why you and I are there. Yeah. And it's a lovely way to build your network of carvers, isn't it?
It's a great experience if you want to learn to carve, or if you want to improve your skills in lettering or carving. We have many, many years of experience teaching people, and it's not like we do it. It's a very hands-on way of learning. It's just straight into the stone without any messing around. You are carving for most of those 3 days, and coming away with something finished. And most people who've never carved before are amazed with what they actually have managed to achieve in 3 days.
Extraordinary skills that you discover you weren't sure you had.
And then we actually haven't spoken about the little thing we do with the rifflers.
Well, we came up with the idea a couple of years ago that I had a bucket of offcuts of small bits of alabaster, tiny little palm-sized pieces of alabaster.
So for people who don't know, alabasters are really soft,
very soft, kind of
easy to use,
soapy stone. It's kind of soapy stone, and we encourage everybody to take a piece of stone through the time that they're there and make a small something. It could be just a polished pebble with a hole in it. It could be a little thing, a little representation of something. And you put it we wrap them up, we put them into a little box. And at the end, everybody gets to take a little parcel home with them made by someone else. And I have 2 beautiful little alabaster sculptures on my mantelpiece made by students. And they're just gorgeous. And you get to take someone else's work home, which is such a lovely idea, I think. So
it's beautiful.
I would say because guests are welcome.
Yes, let's talk a bit about, we have a small allowance
for guests,
or non-carving companions, we're calling them.
Okay.
So if you want to come with your partner and your partner doesn't want to carve, but they want to come and enjoy the site, eat the food, and just generally have a nice relaxing time in a fabulous location while you carve all day long. We have a few places that we have available for people who want to bring their partners.
And we encourage the partners to make a little gift as well, don't we?
But there's no pressure. There's no you don't have to do if you don't want to. But most people have found it really good fun, haven't they?
Yeah, I think all people have found it very good fun. But I would say with the partner thing, there is a difference in cost. So they're not paying for the tuition. So there's a substantial, they come, they're literally just paying for the food and the camping. That's
it's on the website as a non-carving companion.
It's
if you want to book a place.
Come and have a lovely holiday. It's probably cheaper than going to the coast and staying in a tent camping site.
Is.
And you get so much more.
Yeah, it is.
So I think that's it.
Yeah, I think that is it. Other than we look forward to welcoming you.
Yeah, really looking forward to it. And the fact that we only do it biannually is exciting. So there won't be another one now for a couple of years. So it's just wonderful. I really, as the sun is shining today, I can feel my optimism about the weather and really looking forward to it.
And we don't, limited spaces, and we have already had quite a few bookings. So, don't leave it too late if you're interested. Especially with the glamping accommodation, there's a very limited amount of glamping. If you find the glamping's gone and you don't have a tent, get in touch with us, because we probably have a few spare tents that we could
Yeah.
find for you, and everything you'd need. So don't feel.
Or even if you want to camp, but you physically can't carry everything you need, get in contact with us because we can
Yeah.
help you out, I'm sure.
Yeah. In fact, we have had people who have stayed before. We have a really good group of support
Oh,
people
yeah,
who
they're
come and
fab.
help.
Do you know what? I would do the course just for them, regardless of us.
Our
The
support,
housekeeping team is, they're just, second to
yeah,
none, I think.
they're brilliant. So they help you with all those difficult things, like if you can't pitch a tent or you can't carry your bag, they'll
Yeah,
help you
yeah,
do all of those things.
yeah. Meet you from the
And
car, move your stuff for you, blah,
yeah,
blah,
get
blah.
you a chair to sit on if you need to sit while you're carving.
Yeah, yeah. Bring you tea,
Yeah, they're really
bring you
good,
tea
aren't
and
they?
coffee. They're fantastic.
Okay. So anyway, we look forward to welcome you. If you've got any questions, you can go and look on the website. Most
Yeah,
of the answers are on there, but our contact details are on the website if you need to get in touch with us for anything specific. But
yeah.
otherwise, we look forward to welcoming you at our summer school,
Our summer
Abraxas
school.
Academy Summer School. And before we go, I have got one top tip for everybody today. And I thought it was a nice one to share because I've had Maya, my apprentice, in the workshop. And as part of her apprentice work, she's created a beautiful carved marble plaque. And we don't know where the marble came from because we got it secondhand, but it's a really lovely pink corally colour. And she's just finished it off by painting the lettering, and she was about to rub it back with some wet and dry paper, and then I remembered there's a much easier way to do it if you've got a really hard shiny surface that you've cut into, and that's using cuttlefish bones. You can pick these up on the beach, or you can buy them in pet shops. I think they have them for birds to clean their beaks on, or I actually don't know what they do with them. But if you rub the soft side of the cuttlefish onto the surface of the stone, it beautifully and gently takes off the surface from the paint from the polished surface without doing any damage. And it typically is quicker and easier than doing it wet with wet and dry paper. It really only works on a very hard and shiny polished surface. It wouldn't work on, I tried it on slate and it definitely didn't work on slate. So a nice polished surface. Sometimes I've done it on a polished piece of Kilkenny limestone, but it's a really nice way of working if you've never used it before. It's quick, it's easy, they're cheap to buy or find on the beach. Done it when I've painted on glass as well. When I did some work for the doors at St. Paul's Cathedral, and a lot of text was etched into the glass. So there was like a dish within the glass, and the letters were then gilded, and they were all flood painted. And then I just cleaned the glass up using the cuttlefish, and it took away the excess paint and gave a beautiful crisp line really quickly and really easily. So if it's something you're not familiar with, you could have a look and see if it works for you. Anyway, that's my top tip for this week.
So, Charlotte, what are you doing today? I know you have an apprentice with you today. You've got Maya with you today.
I'm not
Is
so
that what
sure.
you're
I
doing?
think she's poorly.
Oh, okay. That's not too
Yeah.
good, is it?
No.
So you got a free day.
Well, I wouldn't say it's a free day.
Cracking on with something else.
Yeah,
And
cracking on.
I'm in the workshop tidying up the mess that I made the other day, which I've been in London for a couple of weeks teaching. So I had a dozy day yesterday. Today I'm back at it at the workshop.
That's goodbye from me.
And it's a really goodbye for me, but really looking forward to seeing you all soon.
Happy chipping.
Happy chipping. Bugger.